to another battle report. Today I'm going to be playing my 750 point French. I didn't take a lot of pre-game pictures of my or John's army. I've been working on my French. I got my infantry pretty much done, but I decided to take my motorcycle down to Lincoln yesterday. I packed it up a little haphazardly, and I actually did a bit of damage to my stuff by not packing them properly. The pictures are hard to see, but hard to see the damage, but when you get down close, these guys vibrated quite a bit of little sanded edges to them. My cavalry took a beating. A lot of my crewmen, a lot of my guys now have like shiny patches of on their arms and different things, so really kind of kicking myself for that. Cavalry, who I've been working on and painting, I'm going to have to go over some of the ones I was getting close to being done and redo them. Bent a lot of swords, and I'm kind of mad at myself. It was a really nice ride down on the motorcycle. Did enjoy that, but gosh, I killed my stuff, knocked some guys off. That's not a big deal, but bent a lot of things, and there's a lot of exposed bare metal now, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But I'm running out of time. I got to get my stuff done in less than a month for Bug Eater GT coming up in Omaha. It's going to be 1,000 points, 2 platoon. So here's my list or the table, and what I'm planning to do is I did add the cavalry into my list, and the next add-on for the next 250 points will be a Lorraine carrier and some more Singhalese. That's pretty much going to be what I'm taking to Bug Eater, and one more howitzer. But this is the table top right here, and we're going to be playing demolition, and we rolled off, and John had to place his stuff on first, and he's got a half track with 2 veteran infantry squads in it, and he's got an armored car on the other side. That little building, you can't go into it. That's the objective, and my objective is back here. The grass counts as soft cover, and I went ahead and put both my howitzers right in front of that. A machine gun team, a unit of Singhalese, and I have a mortar and an anti-tank rifle on the far edge of the board. So I will be able to try to knock out this howitzer, or knock out this half track, and get a good start to the game. But we're going to be beginning now. This is a fast version of that match I had against John Stanley down at Gauntlet Games in Lincoln. It's part of our escalation slow grow league. It's my 750 point French, and so John had to deploy first, and he's got his half track here. It's got 2 veteran infantry squads in it, and then he's got an armored car on the other side of that objective, which looks like a house. And then he's got another little half track on the board. I deployed, and I deployed my howitzers in this little grassy area right in front of my objective. Now I was hoping to hit that half track right off the bat, missed. It didn't need much. It goes moving over here, and that's kind of suck, because now he's going to be able to work his way through the trees towards my objective. I have a line of sight with my mortar here. I probably should have checked the range on that. I'm used to taking heavy mortars, but I roll a 6 and I hit, and then I'm able to penetrate the top, and I blow it up. So it's destroyed. The infantry has to pop out, and they take a couple hits each. Yeah, looking at the replay there, I didn't measure that. I'm used to taking heavy mortars, and the French don't have a heavy mortar; they have a medium mortar, and probably it's close, probably close to 48 inches. But we're just having a good time playing. So did hit, scored the 6. And then unfortunately was able to destroy it. They pop out. They take like 1 casualty each from the D6 hits, and then they have like 2 pins on them, I think. So, and they're veterans though. I was hoping to hit that with the howitzer, but it's probably good I didn't in retrospect, because then those infantry squads would have bailed out right next to the objective, and it might have been a lot harder in the long run. So the next order dice went to John. He put his armored car in ambush. I go ahead and run my anti-tank rifle up to there, heading for that hard cover up there. Try to get in a position where I can start pinking on his little half track and his armored car. I move my Singhalese, run them up to there, kind of getting in front of my howitzers, but I'm not planning to stay there. And John's out of order dice, everything else is reserved, so I'm just finishing up. Then I go ahead and run my howitzer over there. I still can't really see that squad in the woods because of the 2 inches of wood rule. But I'm just kind of fanning my stuff out a little bit there. Didn't have anything to shoot at with the howitzer. That hill blocks my line of sight. That's going to end turn 1. So I got quite a bit more order dice than John. And we're going to start turn 2. So I'm sitting here, I've got a lot of reserves to bring in. I've got all my infantry. I've got my, oh, he wanted that to stay in ambush. So he's got an armored car in ambush there. Here I'm going ahead and I put my howitzer in ambush to keep those guys just from walking out that way towards my singleys. I advance my anti-tank rifle into that ruined house. And I'm going to plunk a shot at long range on one of those things. And I hit. And I don't penetrate, but he takes a pin. So I'll take the hit, that's alright. He passes the order check, bringing his tank in. So there's this Panzer IV. On an advance order, 9 inches in. I activate my ambush and I miss, and he finishes his move. So, missed with my ambush, that sucks, but that's alright. He fires at my singleys with his howitzer and his machine gun, so I go down with my singleys. And misses with the howitzer. And he didn't even bother to roll his machine guns because they needed a 7. Long range, down, soft cover, advance, I think so. I always throw them just to see. And then my I don't know what my mortar did. Fired at the tank. Yeah, mortar fired at the tank. Looking for an indirect shot, needing a 6. This is my medium machine gun team. I advance them over to here. And run them actually. And just to get them set up in case those veterans start working their way around the thing there. Then I'm going down with quite... Actually, I'm trying to bring in this turn, I try to bring in 4 inexperienced infantry squads. The Lorraine carrier and my lieutenant on horseback, I think all of those fail to come in. Here's his, I guess here's his other half track goes off the board with, it's got like a lieutenant and a medic in there. That's all that's in there. They come in, they spray some machine guns at my anti-tank rifle. Needing like a 7 because small team and whatnot, and he gets one, so that's why you throw him. I take a pin, didn't kill anybody though, and then he gets another order dice, and he's just gonna, he passes with these guys. He was gonna move him up, and he decides to just go into ambush. I don't know what he's worried about. I guess he's worried about cavalry running in and then maybe running on the next turn right around that way. And here's my first cavalry unit. I bring them in there. They're way off to the side. They're using that edge of that thing to, if he moves his machine gun up on that half track. And these guys also go into ambush, I believe. He gets another one. And I do get my other cavalry unit in, and they run in right there in that grass. And he fires at, he doesn't move, he fires at my guys behind the hard cover there, and I don't recce. I guess I could have. You know, this is my first game ever taking cavalry. I could have recce'd over to the side so he couldn't even see me, but he gets a pin on me but doesn't kill anybody. I'll have to try to make sure I take more advantage of recce. Because it's so broken, I need to make sure I exploit it in a tournament. Like I said, this list doesn't make me feel very good. Hopefully I'll place really well at Bug Eater and then retire this just to kind of make a point of the broken rules. I'm really looking forward to version 2. When I first designed this list on paper, I just wanted to try and do it, and then the more I've been kind of playing with it, the more I'm like, doesn't make me. It's not horrible. It's just, it's not really the play style that I am. Taking advantage of rules as opposed to using tactics to achieve success. But he did pick one guy off, so I didn't recce from that, and he killed one of my cavalry. And here's my other cavalry. They're just edging up. I was able to hit that tank with one of my howitzers, and it's got like 3 pins on it or something. So it's already got 3 pins on it. And Looks like we're starting the next turn. I put my medium machine gun in ambush. And I don't have a lot of stuff in the. I don't have any anti-tank other than the anti-tank rifle in the middle. So I'm gonna, if I run my cavalry up that way, I'm gonna have to, you know, he's got a medium machine gun on that half track. He's got a medium machine gun on the armor car, and the tank has a light howitzer and a medium machine gun. So, you know, I don't have much to suppress the other two, but the tank is in the line of fire of both my howitzers and actually a mortar. So I'm just trying to get pins on it, and I'm so far successful. But John had ran that one squad back, and he tries to pass with his tank, and it fails and goes down. It actually should have. Oh, I immobilized it, so it can't even go backwards. Here I missed with my mortar. Yeah, so John's tank is immobilized, so at least it can't get the whole amount on me. The turret is still a danger. He backs this thing up. He just moves his stuff around. Doesn't measure too much, like a chess piece. I don't care. We're just playing for fun. So he's gonna. I don't know what he did with that one squad. I think he just stays in ambush, puts him back in ambush. So I go ahead and I run my Sengleys up here. There's still 2 inches of. There's just enough so we can see each other, I think. But I'm on a run order. He activates his ambush from that squad, and that's fine. I don't think he had to pass. But he had one pin on him, then soft cover because he's firing through the woods. He was able to put a pin on me, pick off I think one guy. And then he activates his ambush from his armor car. And that's a long range medium machine gun shot, basically with no cover. And I'm okay with that as well. And I hit his tank with a howitzer and put another like 2 pins on it. Maybe 3 pins on it. It's got a lot. It's got like 5 pins. And I'm just bombing it with my howitzers. I get him up to like 6 or 7 pins. So I'm passing and bringing some inexperienced stuff in. Yeah, here I just run my cavalry. Since he activated his ambush there, I'm going to hope to get both my cavalry units in contact with that since we're playing demolition. All I need to do is end the turn touching it. My lieutenant finally comes in, and then basically I pass all my checks to bring all my inexperienced squads in. He doesn't have much in the way to threaten mine with this tank being immobilized and those 1 infantry squad dropping back to try to support his defense. So now I just got like all these infantry guys coming in, and I'm passing with everything. And my other one comes in there. So yeah, I pretty much got my objective, I think, protected. Now it's all about getting to his and destroying it to avoid a draw. So it's going to be important how the dice come out. His tank has got like 6 or 7 pins on it, so I'm not too worried about it. And I get one, and he's got 2 medium machine guns over there though. So I declare an assault on that thing with the lieutenant and a medic in it. He fires at me with a reactionary fire. He's able to pick off 1. I've got 4 cavalry left. His lieutenant come out, and his medic comes out. His lieutenant's the largest unit, so according to the FAQ, I fight them. I go first. He doesn't even get to, and we're using season 3 rules, so my cavalry only have 2 attacks each, but I'm able to wipe them out. And then I wanted to get a really decent roll and be touching that at the end of the turn, but I'm not. I rolled pretty poorly, so I just create a meat shield of horses and cavalry guys to keep him from driving up and getting my other squad point blank or anything. And since his half track did defensive fire, I had to pull the dice out and put it on a fire order, so it can't even drive or go anywhere now, and his medic is on foot next to it. So yeah, transports against close combat, you know, everybody has to pop out. I learned that. That's my biggest fear basically when I run my British in the Buffalo, is somebody in range of doing an assault and everybody having to jump out when they don't want to. So we get back to the action here, and I get another dice. I go ahead and decide to just get these guys in base contact with the building. And so I get in base contact, and I go ahead and dismount, because you can do that on an advance order. So since I dismount, I can actually shoot more than 6 inches away. I can shoot normally with rifles. Because this squad here is a veteran squad. I think they have at least one light machine gun in them. I don't remember exactly. But that's the biggest threat, other than his tank passing a crazy check on with 6 or 7 pins and getting a Super 6 to hit me. That's my biggest threat. Here my Singhalese, just I don't want to assault him or anything, so I think I just fire at him. I only got like 5 rifles, so I'm able to put a pin on him though and pick a guy off, so that's alright. Just trying to minimize the firepower against my cavalry unit that's touching the objective. These guys come walking up. My own guys kind of block them off, but so I can fire a VB launcher indirect and looking for a 6. Or I guess these guys weren't blocked off. So I don't know what I'm doing there. Firing, needing 7s maybe. Movement, soft cover, long range, inexperienced. So I got some howitzers, and I'm going to fire smoke. I don't feel much threat from the tank. The only thing I feel a threat from is that infantry squad, and I miss. So John, we don't even bother to put a template. He just says I'll move it to the edge of the board. I'm going to fire another smoke right there, and roll a 6. So I hit, and plop a smoke. It might be a little too large of a template, but that's the one I had on hand. He said that's fine. I get the idea. You're blocking off my line of sight. So yeah, you smoke, and so that's pretty much going to be the end of the game, because I destroyed the thing by touching it. John doesn't really have any way to get to my objective and destroy it. And we still go through the final turns here. I run my lieutenant up, and so he goes ahead and he passes. He's gonna shoot a medium machine gun at my meat shield squad, and kills all but 1, I think, or kills 1. He only kills 1. He rolled really poorly. Point blank, and needing 4s to kill me. Yeah, he just rolled really poorly. Should have killed quite a few. Then I pass with my anti-tank rifle, so I go ahead and fire that. Miss. And I'm just going to fire my mortar, I think, at the tank, trying to zero in on it. I must have hit, didn't penetrate, and did a couple more pins to it. I'm zeroed in with my mortar on that thing. These guys go in ambush, or they run, actually, advance. Oh yeah, they advance to there. They're trying to shoot there. I think everybody's out of range. I have a light machine gun, I think, in my squad. So I got a light machine gun. And there must have been some rifles in range too. So I'm going to fire. Man, I'm just trying to get a pin. I'm able to get one. So, yeah, that's pretty much the end of the turn. And John's realizes he's not going to be able to get to my objective. And I think we pretty much call it right there. And Steve Boley shows up, and we start talking about terrain and whatnot. He brought some terrain for me, which is down at John's house, because I drove my motorcycle. And yeah, so that was, basically just an onslaught. Oh, we are finishing up the turn. He's going to shoot my lieutenant just for the hell of it, and he hits, and he kills. He passes, and he shoots, and he hits, and he actually kills them both with 2 dice. So that was a nice little bit of revenge redemption for the Germans. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I'm not sure what he's doing with this unit. Oh, he's shooting back at them just for the heck of it. And he's actually able to pick some off. His medic actually advances to point blank and shoots at my horses, and he misses with his pistol. Actually hit and pinned, but didn't kill anybody. And then I destroyed the objective. So it was going to be a win for the French. Right there is a handshake. And but it was an interesting game. I didn't do anything phenomenal. Just the cavalry are very fast. They're able to exploit holes in the line. The mortar shot on his half track kind of changed the game, in that he could have drove that thing around the left side of the trees, and I would have had to adjust my howitzers to the right and try to get some shots on him, and then it would have been a brutal slugfest, close range with a lot of the infantry, and he might have been able to get that track to be touching the thing at the end of the turn. He'd have to have somebody in it though. So yeah. Alright, well, thanks for watching.